Hey guys, how's it going? So, in the midst of international uncertainty, certainly a lot going on here in the US, and the current ammo shortage, I have more breaking news. US halts exports of most civilian firearms and ammo for 90 days. Or should I say at least 90 days. This just broke actually while I was in the middle of my live stream. I'd like to give a shout out to Frag Out Designs who had tagged me in a tweet. I just couldn't respond to it till afterwards because, well, I was streaming and hanging out with all of you guys. So this just came in on late Friday night as reported by Reuters. And it says, the U.S. has stopped issuing export licenses for most civilian firearms and ammunition for 90 days for all non-governmental users. The Commerce Department said on Friday, citing national security and foreign policy interests. I'm going to speculate on a few things afterwards, but let me continue because this is a very brief report, and make sure you chime in down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about all this because this is weird and a bit concerning. The Commerce Department did not provide further details for the pause, which also includes shotguns and optical sights, but said an urgent review will assess the, quote, risk of firearms being diverted to entities or activities that promote regional instability, violate human rights, or fuel criminal activities. Well, they better shut down Fast and Furious then, because we've been known to run that operation out of this country, if you guys remember that. The Commerce Department declined to comment beyond the posting on its website. The halt covers most of the guns and ammunition that could be purchased in a U.S. gun store, said Johanna Reeves, a lawyer who specializes in export controls and firearms with the law firm Reeves and Dola in Washington. Reeves said she had not seen the Commerce Department take such a sweeping action like this before. She's also quoted saying, for sure, they have individual country policies, but nothing like this, she said. Now, wait a minute, guys. There's always an exception, and as the old saying goes, but wait, there's more. Export licenses for Ukraine and Israel, as well as some of the close other allies, will be exempted from the temporary halt in exports. So, of course, we can still send unlimited stuff to those guys, obviously, while they're messing with our whole ammo industry. U.S. companies that sell firearms, including Sturm Ruger & Co., Smith & Wesson brands, and Vista Outdoors, could be impacted by the export ban. Overseas customers include distributors and stores that sell firearms. Exporters can continue to submit license requests during the pause, but they will be held without action, in quotes, until the pause is lifted. All right, please chime in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this, but I'm going to offer a couple theories, and this is just stuff that I'm concerned about. First of all, if the U.S. is halting the export of civilian firearms and ammo, which is the normal way commerce is engaged, like United States companies can normally ship and sell things to other countries, and vice versa, we import. That's just kind of how business is done nowadays, right? If they're citing for national security, what does that say? Is maybe our stockpile running a lot lower than they want to let on? Are we providing aid and fighting in so many wars via proxy or otherwise that we've doled out more than we can produce? Now let's turn back the clock just about 3 years ago. You guys remember when the flu hit this country, right? Shut everything down, turned everything upside down. I live in Michigan, southeastern Michigan. The big three automobile producers are known for making cars, except for, at that time, President Trump put in some kind of emergency authorization thing and was basically telling, in more than one words, car manufacturers to start making ventilators. So we've seen under this War Production Act and Emergency Acts, do you think it's possible in this country? I'm just asking you this. I'm not saying this is going to happen, and surely I hope it doesn't. Could we get in a situation where they don't want our companies to export anything because maybe the government's going to need it for itself? I think it's a fair question to ask right now, and I'd like to get your replies. Also, that Vista group that was just mentioned, just bought out by CSG, the Czechoslovak group. The sale's pending, but it sounds like it's basically a done deal. one of the large things they like to do is export, if you look at their other global trades. Now, they'd still be able to export, it looks like, to noted countries like Ukraine and Israel. But what about the rest of the world? Now, we already have sanctions that don't allow Russia to export anything to us. Now, everything we buy, including the device that you're watching this on, we accept exports from China with that stuff, but we can't get their ammunition or any firearms with rifled barrels. That's been that way since the early 90s. We've also seen other countries like Serbia recently announce they won't export stuff to us or anybody else. Poland in certain cases with arms and ammunition. Czechoslovakia, or Czech Republic it would be called, right? So there's already a lot of this going on, and now we're joining the fray. Makes me also think of the UN arms ban treaty that would ban countries from exporting to each other throughout the world. Much of the world signed that treaty. I hate to say it, but the United States has actually signed it too, but it has not been ratified by the Senate. So could this be a de facto go-around where, technically on paper, the UN small arms ban treaty has not been ratified, but they could maybe be kind of doing this anyways? I don't know. Makes me wonder about this, but this is just yet another interesting twist. And there's not a lot of info yet, but as more comes out, I'll do another video. But I really am curious to read the comments on this, to see what you guys think, because something kind of smells rotten in Denmark with this. I'm just being honest. And I think this could be part of a bigger global plan, and or the United States might need a lot of civilian ammo and weapons for some reason or another, and you guys can speculate why maybe down there in the comments. Also, make sure you guys check out my locals community. I'm going to leave the link down in the description. It's a censorship-free site where I do a weekly live stream, post all kinds of other content that's exclusive to locals that you're not going to see here on YouTube. And if you guys want an excellent deal on Blackout Coffee, check out the link down in the description, and you can save a generous amount with my coupon code 2AEDU. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.